Good morning. Top of the morning to ya. Did that offend anybody in Ireland? Say sorry about that. Here's the thing. If that offended you, you might want to click off this live stream right now because I'm pretty positive today I'm going to do nothing but offend everybody across the whole globe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me, look what you just made me do. I feel like literally today, I haven't even really had my caffeine kick in yet, but I'm like bad bitch mode. So if you're not into bad bitch era, you're gonna wanna skedaddle right up out of here because it's not gonna work for you and I. I am so excited to be channeling messages from goddess energy. Goddess, especially goddess Aphrodite and I have been working together. Goddess Kali and I, we're pretty tight. She is the goddess that is like a mother, and she protects innocent people, innocent victims from harm, from a lot of demonic activity, stuff like that. And I'm really into that. I love Goddess Kali. I think she's amazing. She's one of my favorites. And so there's something happening with me right now, but it's not just me. It's every woman across the planet, every normal mother with like normal things going on in her life. There's a whole bunch of goddess feminine energy flooding the planet, and it's like, it's here. You can't stop it. You could try. And I think that religion did a really good job at doing that, and like societal, the patriarchy did a really, really great job at stopping the feminine for a really, really, really long time. It just can't happen anymore. And I guess, I'm a little concerned because a lot of things are coming up in my personal life about why I can't actually meet somebody. It's not a problem meeting somebody. It's a problem with them meeting my soul and then my soul meeting their soul and then it being like, okay, wow, it's too much. Bye. So but I'm not manifesting that anymore. I'm manifesting somebody who really, really gets it. I'm trying to manifest my magician. What I'm gonna do today, it's only 9 a.m. here. I've not even had my caffeine kick in yet. I'm going to just literally talk about nothing but myself. Period, that's it. Everything about me, all me today, 100%. So I swept a couple days ago. It's amazing. I did so in a very, lots of hardwoods, and I swept, and then like I had such an energy clearing and energy purging that like an hour later, I started crying. I started feeling like, wow, there is something to this. You literally do stir up a lot of energies when you do something like that. Like really go hard in manifesting change in your life when you do something like that. So that I think kicked it all off. We've had the eclipses happen, and I just found out Saturn, Big Daddy Saturn, has gone direct. So that's pretty interesting. Saturn went direct, I think, yesterday or the day before or something. I don't know. I don't even know. But karma, the planet of karma is about to take over. And it's like people are getting exactly what they're owed. So I'm so here for that. I mean, super excited. I've not thrown cards on that yet. I might do that. I don't know, just to see, like, get a pulse on what's happening there with that. I'm not sure. I might leave that for Patreon. But anyway, yeah, I just kind of want today to talk about myself. Okay, that's what we're gonna do today. And just me, myself, and I. Yeah. I have realized lately that the divine feminine energy, it's so difficult to absorb. It's difficult to conceptualize. It's difficult to see in totality and not see it as dark or venomous or evil, even, because we have as a society been so programmed to believe that the patriarchy, the patriarchal, the masculine is really all there is. Yeah. Yeah, well, that went well, huh? That went well. Super fun. Super fun. War, famine, pestilence. That went well. Diseases running rampant. Yeah, well, see, because you didn't have the healer. You didn't exalt the nurturer. You didn't enable the divine femininity within every single person, including men. We all have feminine and masculine traits. So society did such a great job at convincing us that femininity is evil. To express yourself, to desire things, to be fun and flirty, to have everything that you feel you deserve. It's like hedonistic. You're not allowed to have that. Father God, Mother Goddess, I thank you so much for the ability to channel this message today. I ask that you please protect me from any negative energies that wish to harm me in any way. Archangel Michael, I invite you into this safe space. I thank you. I ask that you keep it safe. And all my beautiful brothers and sisters in Christ, I ask that we have a safe place for fellowship this morning. Thank you. Thank you. Protect me as I channel this message. Anyone that wishes me harm will be exposing themselves, and I will remove them from the chat immediately. Thank you. I don't care how long I have known you. I don't care how long I have read for you. I do not care what your username is. I do not care if I have literally dated you even. If you are out to get me, I am out to boot you out of the chat, okay? So thank you, God, for doing that. Thank you for exposing that. Please show me every single snake in the grass so I can hear every single day for the rest of my life and clear it from my garden. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. So one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people are so ready for the divine masculine energy. They're so ready. They're like, oh, I'm ready for that, Jenna. Like that drive, that fire, that ambition. Like, I'm ready to get my life together. I'm ready. But you haven't even sat with your divine feminine yet. Like, you haven't even sat in that femininity to receive. So your masculine is going to give you all this energy, all this adoration, all this beautiful, divine, pristine energy, give it right to you. And you've not made room for them. You know, you've not made room for that. So my question here is, why are we all looking for a divine masculine when we haven't gone within to nurture the divine feminine? She deserves worship. That goddess, that queen, okay? You deserve to have every experience you want right here, right now, like this, now. You can imagine it. That's your imagination. That is real. That is visceral. That is so real. Your imagination is real. And a lot of people don't want to give themselves permission to want that. Because if you're out there enjoying yourself, taking pleasure in the littlest things, drinking a cup of tea, enjoying that, having a good cup of tea, right? Going outside, bathing in the sunlight, and being like, oh my God, this feels so good. Oh, this feels so good. How many of your friends are going to look at you like, right, it's just sunshine, yeah? And they're like looking at their other friends like, I think she's lost her marbles, Yet we keep wanting the divine masculine, and a lot of us are searching for that, but we haven't even really connected with the divine femininity aspect of ourselves to receive that goodness. What does it feel like to receive? None of us even know. You know, and I really do have this theory. I have this theory that the problem with the planet is not the ability to give love. I don't think that's the problem. I think a lot of people give love. I think it's the ability to receive love, you know? And I think it's because our feminine is shut off. Like men don't cry, and women aren't gentle anymore and submissive. Because even hearing the word submissive probably is like nails on a chalkboard, probably offends you. And you're instantly probably like, whoa. That's such a 1950s theme, Jenna. We don't do that now. It's the year 2023. We don't do submission, honey. No, you don't do submission. In a partnership with a divine masculine, a true king leading the way, you would want to be submissive. You would trust them to have that level of protection, provision. They would provide. You would know that you are 100% safe at all times to be led by a king, by an emperor. In tarot, the empress and the emperor, right? But the empress energy has to be a little bit okay with being led. And a great practice run before you're in twin flame union is for you, the divine feminine, to just be led by the universe first before you have someone tangibly right there in your 3D environment right next to you. Try to be led first by the universe. Try to be led by God. See how that goes. If you can't handle that shit, well, then you're not going to like a divine masculine trying to lead, teach you, inspire you, uplift you, mold you into something better too. And that's like a big thing. That's like a big thing in society. Oh, a man changing me. Oh, hell no, Jenna. Oh, hell no. And actually, ironically enough, I was going to start this live stream so angry because my divine masculine has been making comments to me lately about how I need to adjust some things in my life. And there was such a blockage, and I was like, oh, hell no. Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Telling me I need to cool it on some things. Excuse you. Well, do you know how grateful I am that a man would want to challenge my ego? Do you know how grateful I am that someone would care about my soul enough to be like, look, mini tyrant, how about you cool your shit, Jenna? How about you have a seat for 5 minutes, meditate, go within, and really look at your shadow, because you a beast, honey, and I don't like that. Do you know how grateful I am that a man would want to do that for me? Knowing damn well that he's going to get the wrath of Jenna for doing so. Come on. Come on. That man is a saint. So, as much as I would love to sit here and tell you guys, like, oh yeah, it's like, I'm just so submissive though, and I'm like, I'm so sweet, and I'm like, guys, like, I love it, like, twin flame union is so great, and I love it. Nah, bitch, I honestly sometimes wish that I could run away and just say, fuck the twin flame journey, I'm over it, and fuck him and his rules. Okay? But Saturn went direct, and Saturn is a planet of rules and regulations, so ironically, as this is all happening, I feel like this is why a lot of people are having like sleepless nights right now and shit. I think there's a lot happening cosmically, like up there. And planetarily speaking, Saturn rules karma. So you want your good karma, totally fine, but like get your shit adjusted, okay? Jenna. Like I'm channeling my higher self right now, and like all day today I was like, oh, I'm gonna rip him a new one though. Oh, he doesn't even know. He doesn't. Look what you made me do, bitch. Look what you made. But really, I love a man who would be like, you know what? Something's a little off here. We need to discuss this, and I don't give a shit if you hate me. But you cannot expect as a man to not want that in a woman either. You can't be the only one out there calling out bullshit in a relationship. I think every man, what they deep down crave, and I've seen this in my own life, what a man truly, truly wants, ladies. Really, truly, a woman who will not put up with his shit. Who will say, absolutely not. That was cute. Did you think you... I'm sorry. I didn't hear that right. Did I? You didn't say that. Retry it. Try it again. What did you say? Because the true divine masculine wants to go to God. The true divine masculine wants to be king of his own universe. The true divine masculine and the true divine feminine both want to be king and queen of their own universe. This is a playground. This is a school. This is fun. This is a video game. And you are supposed to own that shit. But if you are Neo stuck in the Matrix, then you're not really going to get anywhere. A true feminine, a true divine feminine will do anything to rattle some cages to free and liberate the divine masculine. And in the same way, the divine masculine does that for the feminine as well. But it hurts. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't, no, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts your feelings. It hurts the connection even sometimes, because then there's like this bump in the road. It's like a roller. It hurts. It hurts. It's painful. And then you have sleepless nights, and then they're thinking about you, and you're thinking about them, and it's like this ping pong of like, no, fuck you, no, fuck you. Okay, but I love you though, and I still want you. Yeah, I want that too. I do too. It's bad. It hurts. This integration for the entire planet to suddenly shift from patriarchal bullshit to suddenly expressing creative feminine flow. It's a shock to the system, honey. Not a lot of us know how to do it. We've been a little bit asleep for a little bit of a time, and not a lot of us know how to make this better without making it worse first. All we know as a planet is making shit worse. Think about it. I mean, think about it, really. We only know how to make shit bad. A lot of us don't know how yet to take energy as the magician, as the alchemist in tarot. The magician, number one card, the number one after the Fool card is a magician. Me, myself, and I. That's why powerful manifestors only are so selfish, because they only care about themselves, really. It's not that they don't care about humanity. Speaking of magician, there's the train. It's so cute. That train represents magic, if you guys have ever watched my channel. But yeah, the number one tarot card is magician. Not that he's selfish. He's independent. He's self-reliant. He knows that shit can't go wrong if he thinks right. And the feminine, the divine feminine that wakes up first, and she realizes this true power, innate ability within herself, wants to wake up the masses, wants to wake up everyone to remember that you're not in a box, bro. You created the box. You're not in a box. You think you're in a box, and it's fun to think that you're in a box, but you're lying to yourself. You're not in a box. Stop being a victim in your own life. And so for the feminine to start expressing and embodying this truth, this raw, visceral truth, I know the answers, and I know how to break you out of the matrix. Honey, that doesn't go over well. No, not normally. Not normally. It doesn't. It normally never goes well. In fact, you find your masculine, and you could find a divine masculine that's not your true counterpart. Still, you wake them up. It's energy. They're still divine and they're still masculine. You know what I mean? And you wake them up, and then boom, shit goes haywire in their life. They resist you like the plague, and they try to keep you 150 feet away from them at any given time. And the reason for that is it is a little bit too much to see that they are no longer allowed to be victims in their own reality. They have to realize that they made the rules, they made the box, and they fell asleep. Intentionally, willingly. Divine masculines are starseeds, so technically speaking, they agreed to do this at a soul level. They agreed to fall asleep. So did we all did. The awakeners, the real true light beings, the real ones that are here to do God's work, really, you agreed to this at a soul level. You agreed to be here like right now for this. You agreed to fall asleep, enter enter the video game, okay, and then fall asleep and forget who the fuck you are, so one day you can wake up and remember who the fuck you are. And then when you woke up, other people will be like, wait a minute, that person looks happy, and they look free, and they look liberated, and they look, I don't know, they just glow or some shit. And then, boom, you awaken them. You don't even have to try. That's the great thing about the magician card. The magician doesn't have to try. The magician does not have to think about anybody else outside of themselves. The magician thinks about me, myself, and I. Hella selfish. Hella selfish. But the irony in being that hella selfish and that self-centered is, ironically enough, that's the most selfless one can be. Because now, as you radiate this positivity and this extreme abundance in every facet of your life, the way you speak, the way you look, the way you glow, the way that magic just happens effortlessly, things come in and you're like, I told you I would do it. Other people don't believe it until it's happened, until you have a success story to tell or a testimony to share. But until then, No one's going to believe your ass. It's cool. Keep believing anyway. And that magician, the number 1 card in the major arcana, he's the first because he's setting intentions. He's setting intentions for the rest of the majors, for the rest of the major arcana. The Fool is 0 and the Magician is number 1. And so there's a reset happening right now collectively. And I channeled this message in the pick a card yesterday. It was so great. All 4 piles had the same theme. You guys are about to feel so liberated, very light, very soon. I like that. Is that an emoji for a reset, a loading reset screen? I like it. I like where your head's at. Oh, that's cute. That's actually really adorable. Anyway, there's about to be a reset, okay? And it's gonna happen. It's gonna feel so great. You're gonna feel extremely liberated. But what it's gonna do first is like, it's gonna make you scared. There's a fear threshold that you're about to have to see. And that fear threshold is there because up to this point, you were terrified of everything. You stayed in a box because you thought being outside of the box was terrifying. Hello and welcome. So yeah, you guys, what we need to really realize now is that the divine feminine flow is going to take over the planet. It's not even just me. Look, this is what I say. A lot of people hate me, and it's cool. Whatever. I still love you, but whatever. You can kill one messenger. You can shoot the messenger quite literally if you want. I mean, if you want to try to see if you can get through like 1,000 divine angels that protect me, I suppose go for it. Like, try it. Try it. If there's something more powerful than Archangel Michael, I'd love to know. Like, if you can get through Archangel Michael to get to me, bitch, I'm working for the wrong team. Honestly. So really, like, go ahead and shoot the messenger, do whatever you're going to do, honey. But a lot of you have to reach this fear threshold, and then you have to look at it as like, what am I really truly afraid of? I'm really truly at the core of every fear, I think, is death. Death. That's what you're really afraid of. You're afraid of losing ego. You're afraid of losing the self. You're afraid of what people will think once you've hijacked your own mind and you've become that village crazy lady like me, right? But this is my job. This is my thing. Like, Spirit isn't asking you guys to go out there be a preacher. Like, some of you are like a professional golfer, or some of you write a book, or some of you are just like a business owner and you sell crystals or some shit. I don't know. This isn't, you don't have to be me, right? I think people, when they hear my messages, they're like, oh God, so I have to like do everything Jenna did? Because that's really harsh. Like, that's a really tough, like, well, it is. But all God is asking you to do, all your higher self wants you to do, is say no to bullshit. Right? Being in love is being in God, right? So to be of God, to be godly, is to be lovingly, to be love, to be literally in love. And when is the last time you were in love? Remember that. Do you remember that feeling of being in love, like enraptured with the feeling of like, oh my God, so giddy, the butterflies, like the addiction, I can't even, like I have to have them, I crave them. You remember that? How many of your friends instantly turned on you and was like, oh wow, must be nice, must be nice. Because they're in some shitty apartment with a boyfriend who treats them like shit, and they don't like love, they don't believe in love, and they certainly don't like seeing you get it before they do, when they've been in a long-term commitment for 3 fucking years and there's no ring on it yet, right? How many people are hella jealous and hella envious of you being in love? I think you're afraid to find out. I think you're afraid to find out that it might be your entire friend group. I think you're afraid to find out that once you start breaking free from the system and freeing your mind, you're going to find out that your pastor has hated you for a really long time. The Pope doesn't like your ass. Your best friend, really the best enemy you've ever had. I think you're afraid to find out that everyone you love doesn't truly want you happy to love whomever you want. in whatever capacity you want. And I think what really, really, truly does scare a lot of divine masculines away from the feminine is how much she requires a change instantly. It's not even her requiring it. It's your own soul. It is literally your own soul. Hi, Johns, how are you? It is literally your own soul requiring something. And she is just there to be a mirror reflecting like, hello, pay up. Your soul is requiring something, admittance into heaven. Hello, for admission, here's the price. Here's the price. Destroy your fucking ego. I didn't make the rules. Do it or don't. It's just gonna be more painful for you. I'm out. Deuces. Bye. And then she leaves. So that's a true divine feminine. A true divine feminine walks away. Distorted feminine energy will grasp on tooth and nail every day, trying to cling on. Oh, but he liked me that one time though. No, it's him. I want him. Cling on. Because you can't stand the fact that one, you're being rejected, and two, you're gonna be alone. But there's so much power in being alone. There's so much power in knowing that you are never alone. But the distorted feminine energy of the planet is disintegrating. I actually had a dream last night where my mom, who's very much in her distorted femininity, was this close to me in my face in the dream. And she was egging me on, trying her best to get a reaction out of me. And I remember there was a fellow woman, family member, watching both of us spar. Like we were about to fight. But then I instead took some water from my hose in the kitchen, and I sprayed her with hot water, and I think it was holy water. Really great. Anyway, I remember looking at that woman in the dream, and I remember waiting to see which one of us, this distorted feminine or the divine feminine, she was going to side with. And I remember waking up from that dream right at the time when she would have shown a reflection. She would have like shown some sort of reaction, and she didn't. I didn't get to see what it was. And I think this is indicative of right now, divine feminine, you're not going to get to see what people think of you. You're only going to feel it. It doesn't really matter what people think of you, honey. It doesn't matter that people like you or don't like you. Do you like you? Do you like you? I mean, you're here 24 hours a day, loving yourself, okay? So yeah, a lot of people may not like you, but like, that's cool. The magician doesn't give a fuck. The magician, the number one card in tarot, does not give a, he's thinking about me, myself, and I. He doesn't give a fuck. If somebody likes him, he manifests what he wants. Because he is selfish enough and self-deluded enough, I suppose, to go against societal standards and be like, I want that. Oh yeah, but like you don't want that though, because like it's so taboo, and oh, but it's so satanic, and then there's this and there's this and there's this, and oh, but you don't want her though, and him, ew. No, I want that, and that's what the fuck I'm gonna get. But how many of us are willing to do that? And I'll tell you why a lot of people aren't willing to make that risk. Because how many people in your life do you know ahead of time are going to betray you? That's the thing. It's like dating a new guy, right? And say like, say he's got baby mama drama or something. To know that your ex would like lord it over your head, that you're dating somebody very outlandish, somebody very out there, right? Like, don't you want to see the truth that someone would hurt your family or hurt you in some way by taking away something that you love? It's like you have to see the truth. The truth shall set you free. So if there's anything like they're dangling a carrot in front of your face right now to keep you attached to them, distorted feminines. Really, karmic feminines. You can call them karmic Karens if you want. It doesn't matter. They're doing something to keep you in the box because you allowed it at some level in your own mind to think that the universe needed to conspire to work in your favor to keep your ass in that box. And it did just that. And it used baby mama drama, or it used a boss that will fire your ass, or it used you know, a neighbor who'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go tell the landlord all your business or something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you as the conscious creator, you are magician. You're the one that is now going to be able to determine when that happens, saying, nope, that's not my reality. That's an old reality. I literally already made that. I don't like it. I'm going to change it. And they won't be able to do shit because I am God of my reality, period. And I think, and well, actually, I know that this is why divine feminines get such a bad rep. Because not only do you trigger distorted feminines, you just don't give a shit. Like, you just don't give a shit. And you know that they can't do shit to you. See, that's the thing. Blocking even friends. Like, I just had to do it recently. I blocked a friend that I've been friends with for a minute, and they've actually helped me manifest some things. We've worked together. Like, I blocked a friend not very long ago, and it's like, okay, I don't have an explanation, and I don't have to have an explanation. Are you willing to have that level of, I don't give a fuck? Because people will come at you. Of course they will. Of course they will, honey. They'll come at you with daggers. Some of them energetically. Yeah, of course they will. Retaliation is a thing. People are not going to be extremely pleased that you get to go just be free. Okay? You get to wake up from the matrix and realize that you're God, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're out of there. Hello, you were feeding the system all your fucking energy, honey. Do you think they're going to be happy about that? No. Of course not. But there is one reality where they can return. There is also another reality where they never can do such a thing. Because you just don't like it. You're like, nah, actually, I changed my mind. I think that you're actually like a really sweet person, and I don't think you'd ever betray me. Yeah, I don't actually think you'd take my kids, and I don't actually think you'd sue me. And yeah, I don't actually think that you would go tell the landlord all those things. And yeah, I actually don't think that you would put those photos online. And I actually don't think that you would do that. You can now realize that as God of your reality, there is one reality where they're hurting you and exploiting you. And there's a million infinite ones where they can't do shit to you. But you have to know who you truly are first. And I hate to say it, and I hate to be one of those people, because I know that victimhood sells. But you have to know that you created this shit. You did it. You created the shit storm, divine feminine, divine masculine. The reason your life looks like it looks is because of you. Sorry, not sorry. It's literally no one else. It was you. There is so much power in that. Do you know how much power there is in admitting that you're the one that fucked up because your thoughts were trash? Do you know how good that feels? Do you know how, if you really truly acknowledge that and you really take that and you're like, wow, yeah, my life sucks because of me. Oh my God. Hercules. Now go get exactly what you want. Because you realize you were God even when you thought you weren't. Go be God now that you know you can consciously be God. Okay? Yes! Hercules. I love it. I love people taking back their power. I love it so much. It's like my favorite thing in the whole entire world to see. I fucking love it. And so a lot of you are afraid to fall in love because falling in love is falling in God. And you have a lot of snakes in the grass that do not like God, hunty. And they do not like love. And they have not liked love for a very long time. That's why they're in a loveless marriage. That's why they treat their bodies like shit. That's why they talk to themselves like they speak death over their lives, because they do not like love. And you know ahead of time that these friends you have, honey, you can tell ahead of time that they're going to be jealous of you. Those aren't friends, my love. You're just afraid to see the truth. Those aren't friends. They were never friends. You wrote scripts for them. You built them into your story because you're main character. You built them into a story to hold you captive. You could change the entire script in a matter of seconds if you wanted to. But first you have to acknowledge that ye are gods. You created a shit life and you can create a good one. I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. That's one thing I will not do. I don't give a shit how sexy you are as a divine masculine. I don't care if you're twin flame or Santa Claus. I will never allow a man under my care. Ever. I will never let a man ruin his soul by thinking that he is allowed to stay in a box. Oh no. I will remind him day in, day out, you created the box, you put people in it with you, and then you tried to lie to yourself that the box is like all there is. No, honey, the universe is your playground. The universe. Literally the entire fucking infinite universe. All realities, everything you want is yours. That's how divine you are. You are the prodigal son returning. In the Bible, that whole story, God was like, you don't have to lift a finger. You get it. You say you want it, you get it. Because the prodigal son had his inheritance and he spent it. He spent it on drugs and booze and girls and whatever, you know? And then at rock bottom, he's like, this isn't the life I want. Right? Exactly. But he goes back to source. He goes back to the one and says, hey, Father, I'll work for you even. Can I just come back? I'll work for you. And God is so merciful. He says, no, you're not working. You're not going to work. You're not going to work for me. In fact, I'm going to have everybody here throw you a party and a shindig. And here's your literal fucking platter of heaven, nirvana, whatever you want. And remember the brother that didn't actually get the inheritance, the brother that never left the garden, never left heaven. He was like, but what about me though? What about me? God basically, I mean, I'm totally ad-libbing this whole thing, but God basically, in my terms, said like, what about you? You've been here the whole time. What about you? I'm throwing a party for my son. Shh. So like, what's your favorite birthday cake? That is source energy. That is going back home to God. That is going back home to your divinity, to your true source. That, my friends, is the true awakening. First, you have to acknowledge that you're the prodigal son and you spent all that abundance, that love that you gave away freely to evil people, bro. That was you. That was on you. The inheritance that you took from God. The love that you had as Christ consciousness, the love that you had, you expended to people who did not deserve it. And you know what? You got blasted, honey. You had your ass in the fetal position in a corner, sucking your thumb, because you gave it over and over and over and over and over until you are depleted and you have nothing left to give. You spent your inheritance. Go back to the Father. Go back to source. The infinite source. It's infinite. It's there all the time. The only one convincing you that you're not allowed to have that infinite source of abundance is you, your own fucking deluded egoic mind. That's it. Convincing you that you're supposed to stay in the box. Bitch, you made the box. You created the box. Get out of it if you want to. You don't want to? Totally cool. Don't call me. Like, don't call me. Get out of my DMs. Get out of my bed. Get out of my head. Get out of everything. Because I don't care. I know that I created the box and then I put people in it to convince me, like a prison guard, that they should be imprisoning me in my own cell. And then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you guys, like, you play this part, you keep me here, and then you keep me like making pennies, just pennies. Like, I don't get to have any money, right? Okay, so take that away. And then you're like my best friend, but you're also super jealous and like you're super mean. Like, low-key, you're really mean to me, actually. That's a great, yes, that's perfect. Exactly. Treat me just like that. Yes. And then you're here in this stage and this and okay. Super fun. So fun. I'm the writer. I'm the author. I'm the director. I'm the producer. I'm also the actors. And I created the actors. That's what you did. And until you realize your true divinity and that you fell asleep as the god of your reality, you're not going to know you're a bad bitch. And you're not going to know how to break the matrix and make it your bitch. You are supposed to be hacking the matrix. That's what you're supposed to be doing. It's what you wanted to do. It's a video game, babe. It's a video game that you wanted to play. And the going rate for playing this video game is that you had to incarnate and fall into a slumber, a deep, 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 deep sleep. Right? Where you forget who the fuck you are. Because it's a vibration. And we came into a very low, dense frequency. Our souls descended into a really dark, shitified place. And then we had to pretend that well, it wasn't even pretending. We literally did forget who we were. Right? And then one day you just wake up to it. And the divine feminines that I have channeled for. Y'all out here waking up some men, honey. You're waking them up in a whole bunch of ways. Okay? Let's just say that. So sorry. Do not even mean to spill. The point is, you're waking up a lot of divine masculines who have been asleep at the wheel for a minute in their reality. And as much as I can tell you, till I'm blue in the face, that this feels good, it feels like shit. It feels like rejection. It feels like constant denial of you, of who you are. And you need to step back right into your power and be like, you know what? Okay, so they rejected me, but I don't reject me. Over and over and over and over. And every single time you meet a new guy, or every single time you're with the one guy and he's doing it to you over and over and over again, it's like, hello, hello. No, you can reject whatever you want to reject, but I don't reject me. You can reject me till you're blue in the face. Get your karma, honey. Get your karma. Saturn just went direct, so go get your karma, my love. Go get your karma. Go get your karma. like, just have fun. At witching hour at 3 a.m. when you're gasping for air and you're like, but why though? Get your karma. You're rejecting your own divinity. The divine feminine certainly does not do that. The divine feminine certainly has not done that. That's why she's divine and perfect and flawless. That's why. That's why. That's why she's able to wake your ass up. Because she's so perfect and so divine and so gorgeous and so sexy and so perfect. That's why. So, go ahead and reject it. Deny it all you want, hunty. But it will not matter because you are still in a box. And until you can get your mind out of the box and realize, wait, the whole universe? Like, I can own the whole universe. Correct! Ding, 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 ding. Literally anything you want. Literally anything you want. In any way you want. With whomever you want. However long you want. If you only want it a week, bye. If you want it 50 million lifetimes, great. It doesn't matter. I am not here to enable people. I am not about to be one of those coaches, one of those guides, one of those whatever the fuck you call it. You want power in your life. I know you do. That's why you watch me. I know that's why you come here. I know that's why a lot of you hide the fact that you watch me. I represent something for you that you crave, that you're not allowed to express that you crave. You desire, but you're not allowed to express that you desire it. You want to be loud and proud and tell people to fuck off every once in a while. That's what you want. You're just stopping yourself. That's self-hatred, in my opinion. Knowing that you have a desire, and it's to tell like a narcissist in your life, like, no, honestly, fuck you, leave me alone. But you don't. That hurts. That hurts the soul. Yeah, that hurts the soul. And I'm just not in the business of hurting souls anymore. I'm just not. And I'm not going to enable anyone to do that to themselves anymore. So I will be, I guess, alone, maybe for the next 50,000 lifetimes, I guess. Just me in the woods in a hut with like 30 cats. That's just gonna be me, and I'm just gonna be that witch bitch with the cauldron, just like dancing naked under the moon. I don't know. I think that's my future. I think I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with that future, you know? And the universe is infinite, so that's like one reality. If I feed that reality enough, it'll happen, right? But if I feed also the reality that Orlando Bloom and I, we get hitched and we're like, it's like a total thing, that one will come true. It doesn't matter. See, that's the beauty of it. whatever timeline I want as the creator, because I was made in God's image. You're made in God's image. If God is the creator, God source energy is infinite potential and is pure imagination, and that's what you and I are made in, then change the script. One day you're living in a hut with 30 cats, you know, and the next you're on a yacht with Orlando Bloom and you're gonna go live in Fiji. I mean, do your thing, honey. But I will not sit here anymore enabling divine masculines to be afraid of the divine femininity within me, nor other women, nor themselves. Divine masculinity, sexy as hell. Really, truly, it is. But look, look at the world, man. Look at the world. This is what happens when there's only a patriarchy. There's only patriarchal societal structures. Oh, you got to go to this guy because he wears this big hat and calls himself the vicar of Christ. You got to go to him to get to the big guy. No, bitch, you don't. You go within, you stay silent for 5 minutes, and you go to the big guy because the big guy is you. You don't need an external third party to go to God. What we don't have in society enough yet is the divine feminine ruling and reigning with Christ. We have a lot of masculines claiming to rule and reign with Christ. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat. But like, really, truly, I think that there is a reason the feminine was stunted so much in religion, especially. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, look at all the women that have to be submissive in every religion. The men never had to be like that. The women weren't allowed to preach. You have to hide your hair and you have to wear these things. It's like these garments, and I just don't know. I don't like it. And I'm the rule breaker. I built it in my own reality. I'm gonna break it in my own reality. That's what I do. I build shit. I don't like it. I'm like, erase it. And then I go start something new. So I have to tinkle winkle. I have to pee really bad. And it always happens about this time because I drink too much tea. And so, but I do have to pee. It does not look like anybody is here chatting with me, which is making me a little bit sad. So if you guys want to chat, I would love to hear it. I'd love to pick your brain on what you think today's message is about. Go ahead and comment and I will be right back. I have to pee really, really bad, okay? So, as I was giving myself a pep talk, so nobody, all right, whatever. In some reality, there was like a million comments, and I'm going to just go into that reality instead. I'm going to revise this. I'm going to be like, wow, everybody's so chatty today. Good morning, loves. With your coffee and your chatty personalities. the fuck? Anyway, all right. So I did tell myself I'm just talking to myself today, so it's cool. Here's the thing. I am just not going to be that girl ever. Just like literally never. Literally never. I don't care if I am single as a Pringle for the next 50,000 lifetimes. And I'm not kidding you when I say this. I have told my guide so much, like, don't care at all if I lose every subscriber I've ever had and the only person I'm ever talking to is me, myself, and I. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with being single. I'm cool with being alone. I'm cool with even living under a bridge, homeless, if that's what it takes. I will literally choose love every single second. I will choose me every single second, no matter how many people reject me, no matter, you know, in that story I told you guys the other day about the discounted beans. Oh, the discounted beans. Can I just tell you a story? Thank you for being here. I love that I got a comment. See, I automatically shifted to a reality where I got a comment from what sounds like a very amazing divine masculine. I recently broke up with my divine feminine. Any advice on moving on? Well, let's listen to the story. Okay. I had to go to the grocery store for food to sustain myself in the 3D environment. And I literally had so few dollars to my name that here I was, literally crawling on the floor. Literally a goddess on the floor trying to find the last bag of discounted beans. True poverty, fun times. And here's the best part. Best part of the story is that I go to the cash register, the clerk, the cash out, the whatever, put all my stuff on the counter, and who would you guys showed up behind me next to put their stuff on the conveyor belt? But the only person I literally see, because I don't really go anywhere or talk to anybody because I'm kind of a hermit, my maintenance guy who showed up like every 2 weeks because this AC has been a problem from hell. Anyway, listen to the story. So I'm literally about to pay the clerk and he's like, he told me the total and I'm like, wait. I need you to put like a couple of those things back. Is that like too much to ask? I'm so sorry. This is not going to end well if you don't take half that shit and send it back. Right in front of my maintenance guy, right in front of his wife, who honestly hates my guts and has been hating my guts since the day I was fucking formed in the womb. Because he would go above and beyond to help me in ways that she hated. She hated it so much that she would have to show up with him to fix my AC because she didn't trust him and me. Oh God, it was just like atrocious, right? So there's her and there's him and there's like 4 kids. And I'm like, okay, can you take half that stuff back? Thank you. So the worst part, and here's the kicker, as if this wasn't bad enough, worst day of my life, as if that wasn't bad enough, listen to this. Mr. Really Sexy Divine Masculine who's just sitting here listening to my story. The guy was actually best friends with my maintenance guy and they were like just chatting up and laughing and stuff and it was really, really fun. For them, they were just like, hey, how you doing, Mark? How you doing? Yeah, man, it's been a long time. Oh yeah, it really has. And we're sitting there like, okay, all right, let's hope this runs through. And it went fine. It went swimmingly until I went out to check my bank balance and it was like less than $5 to my name. And I was like, all right, you know, no. Something is wrong. Something is wrong in my life. I speak life over myself. I speak life over other people. I fully, firmly believe that the universe will grant every desire I've ever had. Something is wrong. And I told my best friend, I told her what had just happened, and she's like, it's okay. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. And I was like, girl, it's less than $5 to my name. I live on my own. I'm past due on rent. My credit card's maxed out. $5. Girl, you should have seen my white ass pulling out the last bag of discounted beans. Literally, I am not even about to be okay. And she said, and she affirmed it with me, she said, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. It has to, Jenna. So I manifested a huge donation to come in that same day. Like that. Like that. And then I went and told this best friend of mine. And the jealousy that I felt, oh, the instant wave of nausea. I felt that I felt like I was on cloud 9, and I went to go tell her the good news, and it's just like my heart sank, everything. I just was like, you're the only person I had that would have even loved this for me, and even you don't love this for me. And so the worst day ever was met with the worst ending of a friendship ever too. I had to let her go. So I think that what I'm trying to say here is that I know what it's like to have loss and have to say goodbye to things that you love, people you love, but I think that I'm too abundant in nature to ever have poverty, lack, loss at all. I should have been the one paying for that family's groceries behind me. I mean, I manifested out of thin air, which means that I have the ability to do that. And it's quite indicative of the attacks that have been happening to me on my channel. And recently my divine masculine made this point to me. He said, sometimes you get angry, and I don't like that you get angry. And I don't like that people egg you on and I think you take the bait. And he said that to me. It hurt so bad. It hurt so bad because I don't know that he realized the level of torture that most divine feminines have been through psychically when they know the law enough. They know the law of assumption. They know the law of attraction. They know the law that if they speak something good will come in. And the proof was in the pudding. The proof was in the pudding. I believed my friend when she said something would come in, and so I affirmed for that same day. And so what I think my divine masculine was feeling and telling me recently, like, I think you get so mad and you kind of turn hostile. I think what he was saying was, I'm scared that I don't know how to calm you down. I'm scared that there's nothing I can do to stop it. And I'm scared that it's all valid. I don't know, maybe he was saying that. I think what he was saying was, I definitely can't let you go, and there's no way in hell that I would ever be able to or want to. And I think he would have probably heard me say the same thing. He would have heard me say like, oh, breakup. There is no such thing. It's cute. That's cute. But yeah, advice for you and your girl. Any advice for moving on? I don't think you're gonna move on from your divine masculine or your divine feminine. I don't think that's gonna happen. Let me ask you this. What was your name? Random Stranger 08. Oh, let me ask you this. When you're with her, does she help you believe that you can be out of the box? Like, get out of the box. Does she encourage that? Because I personally, as a reader and as a coach, I would 100% support that relationship. 100%. If she helps you remember that you are not in the box, you're the one that created the box, and you're the one that kept it closed. You know, the beauty of that story I told you. The discounted beans. True poverty. There were months where I couldn't eat for weeks on end. And, you know, I'm pleasantly plump, so I mean, it didn't really, I mean, it was fine. It was, I mean, it's not like I died. But would it have been nice to have food? Yeah, okay. But I was that willing to not go back to narcissists in my life. All of them offered, really. Energetically, I was having every single person from my past be like, hey, I'll give you this. I remember my ex-husband, he came to me in a dream and he was like, I'll pay your bills because I'm past you in rent. He's like, I'll pay your bills and I'll buy you a blender because the fucker went out. My blender just broke. And in the dream, he was like, I'll buy you a really nice one. I don't need a really nice blender, honey. I need God. I need a savior. Been divorced since 2019. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I need to figure out why I can't make my own. I need to figure out why my ass is on aisle 4 on my hands and knees finding discounted motherfucking beans. That is what I need to figure out. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. No. If I wanted a man with a lot of money, I'd have manifested one by now. I'd have literally already had that. That's not what I want. That's not what I crave. I'm here for something different. I've been here for something different. If I really wanted the money, I think I'd have stayed with my ex-husband. Very wealthy, extremely wealthy, very powerful, very influential. Lots of friends, lots of what are those? You know, networking skills. I mean, he literally became the CEO's best friend at his job. So much so, because I would transmute a lot of the darkness at his job. I didn't even know I was doing this. This was before I knew I was a healer. I would transmute all of his heaviness of the day, all of his shadow, all of his sadness. I didn't even know I was doing it. But because I would do that for so long, he went from the lowest paid guy at his job to the CEO's best friend. In fact, not only did he get these private plane rides to these luxury millionaire estates on private islands, literally, yes, he got to go start a sister company for his boss. He was trusted so much that the CEO told him, go start another company for me. I'm going to give you like the credit card, the Amex, you go have it. You're going to go to a different state. You're going to like travel. You're going to talk to these people here. He got like all the VIP, first plane, first class, you know, all that. And I was dying. And so my divine masculine recently, when he asked, why do you get so mad? Why are you angry? I'm angry because women like me never had a man protecting her. I got pennies in a divorce settlement. I didn't get nearly what I was owed. And there are a lot of women like me who are just so sweet and so caring and so empathic. We don't want to hurt the guy. We don't want to hurt him. He made that money fair and square. We don't want to hurt him. I didn't get what I was owed in the settlement, and he knew that. The very next month after our divorce, he sold our house for $50,000 profit. 50 grand. In the city we were in, that was actually a lot. I didn't get a dime. I didn't get 1 cent. I had to go live with my parents in a spare bedroom as I paid rent to my own parents. Starting my business from the ground up. No one helped me. So my masculine recently, he asked me, I can't be with you, Jenna. You're too angry. It scares me how angry you get. And I instantly went into this battle mode of like, yeah, well, don't tell me, you know, like, don't fucking tell me that I can't be angry. And it's like, wow, he didn't deserve that. No. He's so beautiful. He didn't fucking do that to me. My twin flame would never do something like that. He's pure unconditional love. He's not the reason I'm angry. Is it fair that I take it out on him? Hell no. But yeah, so I had to look at this recently because he was like, I can't be with you. You're too angry for me. And I think he's right. I think he's right. I don't think he realizes how many women like me are as witchy as they are, as spiritual as they are, as powerful as they are. I don't think he realizes. We wouldn't be like this if we were not on aisle 4 finding discounted beans. When men like him have everything. And we gave it to him on a silver platter. And unfortunately, our divine masculines were asleep. What were they supposed to do? They couldn't provide for us. We didn't even know they existed. We didn't even know these men were real. They were like fictional characters on the Titanic. Like, oh, there's Jack and he's so cute. He's okay. That's a fairy tale. So yeah, my masculine was so distraught. He was like, I wish I could be with you, Jenna. I can't. You're angry, man, and you're gonna really cause a sore spot in my life. Like, you're gonna be that girl that everyone in my life talks about. Her, man, she got a chip on her shoulder, huh? Out there yelling all the time, rebel without a cause. Well, actually, I'm a rebel with a cause, but whatever. I graduated. I now have a cause. Didn't before. I was just a ruthless bitch. Now I have a cause. But yeah, he has a point. Everyone in his life is going to be like, her? Really? Wow, I didn't see that coming. Okay, fun, I guess. Super cool. Man, she's kind of loud, huh? She's kind of loud. And because he's so meek and mild and sweet and like, no, he is the epitome of perfection, that man. I'm so in love with him, it's insane. I crave him in my heart. Like, I crave him. It's weird. I've never felt like this before, ever. I find myself yearning for him. It's weird, and I just know everybody in his life is going to judge him for being with me. So when he says things like, I don't know that I can handle you like this, I agree. I have to agree. I'm a mirror to him. I am literally embodying a mirror of what he's telling the universe. He's telling the universe, I'm afraid of my friends and family judging me for loving such a disaster of a girl. And so I think he's running away. And I think because I'm a mirror, I'm running away too. And I'm like, it's okay. I love you. I'll always love you. But let's end it, you know? Because there's too much anger. And I am too open as a vessel. I'm too open as a channel for you know, higher beings too. And the divine collective, the divine feminines. It's not just me. I represent an entire conglomerate of divine feminines who are angry. Angry that they did nothing but speak life over themselves and other men. And they lived impoverished. And no one protected them. No one kept them safe. In a dog-eat-dog world, it is a man's world out there. And these women have been brutalized. And the worst part, and this is really what gets me, the worst part is they've become so psychic because you get pushed to rock bottom, you get pushed to nothing. You get pushed to hermit mode. A pain and a suffering so intense that you are forced to go within and find God. And the worst part about finding God is that no one will ever understand you again. That leads to a whole different type of anger. No one deserves the anger, though, that she has lashing out. It's not fair. I'd like to think that the only one really even capable of withstanding something so brutal would be a divine masculine, but that's not fair to ask that of him. It's brutal. She's angry, and she's got a mouth, okay, and she knows how to use it, and in multiple ways. What I am talking about, though, is the brutality that comes out of it. Basically, how dare you stay asleep while women like me were being violated, especially energetically. I've had beings sexually assaulting me that people don't even know about. It's not something I advertise. It's not like it's, you know, I'm already pretty weird. I didn't want to be that girl that talks about aliens, you know what I mean? Like that. But I've had a lot of women come to me, pay me, literally hand me money, hard-earned money, to help coach them out of demonic attack. So for any man to sit here and tell me that what I do is not real, it is such a slap in the face. And I know he wants to be able to say, oh, I believe you, but he can't. He's never seen it. Divine masculines, you haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen your feminine, what she's endured. Psychically. The reason a goddess is on her hands and knees buying discounted beans, there's a problem. There's an issue. Something's wrong there. When she speaks that much life over people, she does that much healing, she does that much community work, she helps the collective this much, there's something wrong. And I think the masculines are afraid to see that they had everything to do with this as well. But it's okay. The forgiveness. You were asleep. There was nothing anyone could do. The divine masculines were also just victims of the patriarchal bullshit as well. You weren't allowed to cry. You weren't allowed to heal. You weren't allowed to love people and be soft and gentle and expressive and creative and feminine. Not your fault. But she's angry. And she knows the only person on the entire planet that should not be getting the wrath of her is the only one who would want to take it. It's not fair. So, I wish I could help you with your girl problem. I can't help you with my man problems. I don't know. I can just tell you from a divine feminine's perspective that I'm sure the breakup is temporary. If it's your true divine feminine, oh God, and I bet you she's so beautiful, and I bet you she thinks you're so beautiful. And I bet you she can't live without you. I don't know if she'd tell you that. She's probably angry like me. Maybe you're afraid to tell her things too because, you know, she'd like go for the jugular, you know? Yeah. The Queen of Swords in tarot. You can't have the Queen of Cups, a very gentle, empathic, kind, loving, nurturing, understanding woman, without having a witch bitch. I mean, really, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to have somebody who will protect you. Protect the Queen of Cups. You can't have the Queen of Cups without the Queen of Swords. And honey, that Queen of Swords will tell someone to back off so fucking fast it'd make your head spin. I don't care if it's Twin Flame or Santa Claus. She will even tell him, this is not okay. But I bet your divine feminine, I bet you she's addicted to you. I bet you she wants you 24/7. Oh, I bet. Personally, in my own experience, what I've been realizing recently is like, whoa. Oh my God. When you meet the one, oh my God. It's like everybody, what? Who? Peripheral. Like you what? X is, ew, no. Who? New guy sitting on you. I'm sorry, what? No. 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 No, thank you. Mm-mm. Very sweet. Oh, I love you. Let's find you your soulmate. But no thanks. Mm-mm. There is no one else. And I'm sure she knows that. I don't think you can break up with a divine feminine. I think she can be so powerful that she allows you to think that you broke up with her. She sounds like a bad bitch in my opinion. I don't know. Have her call me. We could be friends. Hi, humble and blessed. I agree. I can make my own money. There it is, Satina. Hi, baby. Jamali, hello. Any advice on moving on? Are you okay? Hi, kitty princess. Thank you for asking. Nobody really ever asks me that. Up to this point, I normally just kind of barrel through it, and I just like talk to myself on a live stream and poke myself in the forehead. And I normally don't ever get asked that question. I just kind of like bleh. And by the end of it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm totally fine. Thank you. I'm transmuting pain right now. That's what I do. I don't know. I just like to talk out of my ass a lot. I talk a lot. Yeah. Some would say too much. It's debatable. I think it's a perfect amount. I love hearing myself talk. Because like as I speak, I'm like, oh my God, that was up there the whole time. Guys, don't even mind this. Don't mind what just happened here. I speak and then I'm like, oh my God, that shit made sense. That was up there the whole fucking time. I dig it. You ever kind of feel like you're in the zombie apocalypse and you're the only bitch around making sense? You ever feel like that? Oh, is it just me? I used to have people like be mean to me and say, oh, like I think you just like to hear yourself talk. And like I used to be like, oh my God, you're right, I'm so sorry. And then I'd go cry about it. And now I'm just like, you're right, I totally do. Thank you for noticing. Aren't I great? Isn't my voice amazing and majestic and magical? And you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome for existing. You ever just wanted to take up space for the first time in your life? And be like, I didn't force you to fucking click on this video. I don't have a gun to your head. You want to be here, be here. You don't want to be here, don't be here. You want to enjoy the festivities? My story time with my tea? You want to enjoy it? Just stay here. If you want. If you don't want, that's cool too. But like, I'll miss you. Probably not. Unless you're really divine, sexy ass masculine, and then I'll probably miss you a lot. And then I'll probably do a whole bunch of shit to summon your ass back into my life. Because a true divine feminine understands that she needs her true divine masculine. And that's just it. You can't break up with your... There is no breakup, honey. There's never gonna be a breakup. You just broke up with her. Nah, that's not what she thinks. She thinks, oh, no. Oh, no. We're destined. That was cute. That was a joke. Joke's on you. You think we broke up? That's cute. That's what she's thinking today. I bet you anything. Do you want to move on? Oh, my love. Look at my brother from another mother. I love you. Cal. Oh my God, you guys, please. I have a story. I have chills. I love you being here. Hello, baby. Look, guys, I have got to tell you how beautiful this angel is that just joined the chat. Look. I have been doing tarot on YouTube for like 4 years. Okay, over 4 years. And I was not confident in just talking to random people about this. Like in this community, yeah, sure, because there's a lot of inviting, warm people who are, you guys get it. Like you watch readings, right? But like this guy, when I met this guy, oh, you were listening to me falling asleep. That's so cute. So you like my voice too then. See, look at that, huh? Huh? It's magical, I told you. It would lull a baby to sleep. This guy, when I first met him, a tarot reader, I was like, where has he been my whole life? He went to a park and recorded himself doing tarot outside on the grass in front of like a whole bunch of people playing sports and shit. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Wow. Wait, hold on. There are muggles around you, man. There are people who don't believe in this shit, and you're just out there doing it. Like, he was just so confident and so bold and throwing cards, and he's just like recording himself. I was like, bitch, who are you? Who is this guy? Let's be best friends. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe how bold you were to throw cards at a public event like that. And I had been doing it for 4 years. Couldn't even. I don't know. You won my heart then. So many people, you won my heart. Like right then, I was like, this man is something else. Yeah. You guys, you totally go subscribe. Oh, such a beautiful angel. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you so much. I'm so happy you're here. Oh God, I love it so much. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. University of Alabama. Wow. Yeah. See? Oh my God, Alabama. Look, I can't imagine Alabama being very open to this. So for you to be out there on a college campus, I don't know. You earned my respect that day. I'm like, please take my motherfucking subscription. Please. Please, Lord Jesus, bless this man. I taught someone about Ganesh that day. They have elephants everywhere. Oh, I'm smiling. Oh my God, I love you. Give me a hug. Hug, bring it in. Bring it in. I love you. I love you. I love you, Cal. I love you. Oh my God. Yeah. No, once I saw that, I was like, now my whole community went against me. Yeah. But look at you. Glowing like a motherfucking alien. Radiating. Oh, so beautiful. You are the epitome of a divine masculine. You are literally the epitome of divine masculinity. And I love being able to show people what this looks like. Thank you for stopping by. Spirit Baby Kel. Spirit Baby Kel was certainly not at fault for divine feminine problems. People like him were out there already defeating his own ego, day in, day out, surrendering himself to the divine, day in, day out. Because a man that hasn't dissolved his ego is not about to be on a college campus talking about Lord Ganesh and throwing motherfucking tarot cards. You are the epitome of a true divine masculine. Yeah. Yeah. I was so happy to meet you. Yeah, the YouTube gods blessed me that day. Like an alien. Thank you. I love you. I try my best. Yeah, I was with Toxic Feminine. She didn't want to let go. They never do, honey. They never do. They never do. You're like a human battery pack. I highly doubt any of them want to leave. But you know, I'm getting a message lately about the distorted feminine energies. And my mom, in a dream last night, she was this close to my face, literally this close. And she was like telling me, you're nothing, you're nobody, you're not going to be anything. And it was like, it was so painful. Having her scream in my face, like, you're nothing, you're nobody. Look at all this debt you have. Look at all this. Look at all this. You think people are going to like you? You think people are going to follow you? You think people want to hear you? Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. And it was a dream. It was a psychic attack. And I couldn't even believe that it was happening. Like, I woke up and I was like, wow, we're really triggering. We're really triggering, aren't we, Cal? Like, we are really actually triggering. How did we make it? How did we survive? How are we fucking alive? I really need to know this, because how did we survive being like bobbleheads the entire time? It's like, now we're conscious and we're aware that we are triggering, but like, how the fuck did we make it, bro? How did we? How? I don't know. How? How do we make it past all those distorted feminines? You know, ironically, the distorted masculine isn't even really my problem anymore. It's like, men leave me alone. Men treat me very kindly. Men are amazing to me. It's not masculines that's the issue anymore. So I shared the story a couple days ago how my dad, my real dad, he gave me up for adoption when I was 2. My mom technically still had like ownership of me. It's really what it is, but whatever. She still had her claws in me, you know. But then he signed papers, and my stepdad adopted me. And my twin flame came to me in a dream the other day, and he was my father in the dream, like, because I was supposed to be healing something about my father, my real father. And I not Googled him. I looked my dad up on Facebook. I haven't talked to him since I was 18. I lived with him for a couple months after I got kicked out of my house. Day after high school graduation, I got kicked out of my mom's house, and so I went to go live with my biological father that I didn't know. Right. A dude I don't know with a wife and 2 kids. And a whole fucking life. And I'm just like, okay, hi, it's either you or I'm homeless. So he was like, yeah, sure, come on. Like, I drove 700 miles in a beater car that barely ran. It actually broke down on the way just to be able to be abused by his wife because she was so jealous that I stole his energy. She was so jealous that he wanted to make up for 18 years. He spoiled me rotten. I've never been treated better. Like, I was spoiled for about 3 months. And she turned on me. She accused me of stealing their car while they were on vacation for the weekend. And I shared the story a couple days ago. She accused me of grand theft auto. And because here's this delinquent, an 18-year-old girl. Nobody knows. She just got kicked out of her own fucking home. Who are you gonna believe, bro? Your wife, who accuses her of theft, or some girl that you literally don't know from Adam. So naturally he took what she said. She lied. She absolutely lied. And so I had to leave. He told me, don't spend any more money. Let's save. I want to find you a place. I'm gonna help you find a place. He didn't pay for it. I paid for it. I already had my first job. But he loved me so much. Deep down, I think that man knows that he was lied to. I can't imagine him wanting to live with that, you know. I looked him up on Facebook yesterday just because it was also triggering. Me sharing this story and then my twin showing up as him. I looked him up on Facebook for the first time. I've not looked him up on Facebook ever, I don't think, since the day I left. And that was like, guys, is that like 16 years or some shit? I'm trying not to give my age away, but it's whatever. I looked him up. Oh my God. He never moved. You stay at the same home. Everything's the same. I mean, they made some like interior decorating design choices, upgrades. They stayed in the same home. They stayed in the same trailer park. They have the same neighbors. They have like, everything's the same. It's just upgraded a little bit. They're still married. Their kids had kids. Everything's the same. They posted all these pictures of these events they go to, like Race for the Cure or whatever, Walk for the Cure and all that, you know, and I was like, oh wow, they're living the life, you know, that's fun. They must really love each other. But then I heard my spirit guide say, Jenna, there's living and then there's being alive. They're not alive. These people are not alive. And you would have died if you stayed there. You would have suffocated. They're too big for that. You can't go back. I wanted to reach out to him and be like, hey, remember me? But I thought about it. I'm like, there's him, his wife, and like what, like 10 grandkids or some shit. I'm like, yeah, Jenna, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Go start a fucking apocalypse for an entire community? Like, okay, no. I'll just start an apocalypse for the community that's ready for it. Why should I go trigger him? For what? Just for what? He probably already has to live with the fact that he knows his wife lied about his daughter. The one thing that he wanted more than anything, and I could tell. I looked him up on Facebook yesterday and already deleted it. I was like, I hit X, like the search, no, not friending him, not looking again, I don't care. I even try to wipe it from my memory. I'm like, no, he doesn't exist. No, he doesn't exist. I'm literally trying to unsee it. For a while, a couple hours, I would keep seeing the visuals of their faces and their pictures in my mind. One in particular was this picture of my little sister when she was like 10 at a dance. And she was just like looking up at him as he was dancing with her at the daddy-daughter dance. I never got to have that. I never got to have that. And so I stared at that picture a little too long. And I was like, wow, I'm happy for her, you know? But I looked at the rest of the pictures now that she's like 26 years old or something. And I'm like, that girl is not happy. She's not happy. You can tell in the pictures. I mean, a forced smile, a fake smile. Why? Because I'm sure deep down she knows her parents are not in love. Because I think she's been programmed to believe that she needs to be a baby-making machine in order to be happy. Because she's been lied to by her own mother as well. If her mother kicked out her own sister, and she never really got to know because she was like 12 or something when I lived there. She wouldn't know. But these distorted feminines, these karmic women, they're monsters. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And so when my masculine yesterday was like, you're too brutal, Jenna. I can't be around you. You're angry. And you lash out at people that are on your channel and your stream and you get mean. He's kind of right. I think what's really sad is that I feel it's justified and I almost don't want to change for anybody, including him. And it's sad. That is. I think that is sad because he's the one person I would want to change for. But I think that the distortion of the karmic feminine is literally what kills people. I think it kills souls. It's killing men. And it's hurting daughters. And I call it out because it's evil. It's evil, it's wrong. Women like her, my stepmother, literally, from a Disney fairy tale, that woman is diabolical. And she killed his soul, and his soul never grew. I saw pictures of them getting drunk together, throwing parties together, and I like from an outsider point of view, you'd think like, oh, they have it all, that's fun. That's fun. They have parties and events, and like they are literally the social butterflies of the entire city that we used to live in. And I'm just like, wow, that's fun. Must be nice having friends and stuff. But then I thought about it and I'm like, I've moved more in like 2 years than they've ever moved in a decade and a half. I'm like, there's something wrong there. She stunted your growth. She killed your soul. But she didn't kill mine. What was the man to do? He was looking at a girl he didn't barely know. versus a wife he sleeps next to every year for like 20 years. Like, what the fuck would you do? Of course you would take your wife's side. Of course you would believe that she stole, you know. I had my own car in the driveway. I had my own car. I had my own job. I didn't steal their car. But for them to accuse me of it was, it was sad. It was sad. So he helped me move. I moved into this really shitty apartment. I had a bullet hole in my window. It was $400 a month, way before. It was like it was about 2008, 2009, something like that, I think. And I had a bullet hole in my window. The guy that should have got the apartment, I didn't even know I was a manifestor back then. The guy that should have got the apartment literally came by the same time. He was a Marine. He was a Marine and he had like $20,000 in the bank. I remember because we were both with the landlord and he's like, I'm going to choose one of you two and I want to know why I would choose you. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, choose him. He's got money, man. He's got like a job. I'm 18. I don't even have a fucking credit card. I don't even know who the fuck I am, bro. Choose him. And he's like, no, I'm going to choose you. Turns out he was a pervert and one of those really creepy slumlords, but whatever. I now know. But I didn't at the time. Anyway, 18-year-old single girl. I mean, it makes sense. Totally shitty. Totally horrible situation. Anyway, point is, I didn't know I was a manifestor even then. I didn't know God was I didn't even know God. I didn't know, let alone that I was God. I didn't even know God at all. Yet I was still always landing on my feet. I was still always that bad bitch, and I will always be that bad bitch. Always. Wow. And that's wrong. God sent people, and if they don't know, they let people take us out of their life. Yeah, they don't. That's a yes. Excuse me. They know, they just don't want to know. They just don't want to leave her. I know that's it. When my stepdad did her so bad, I realized they were jumping me because she's still with them, but I'm the bad guy. Oh, honey. They were harvesting me. She made me feel horrible. Yes, my mom was a part too. I met you and you give me what I need. Love. Oh. She didn't want to, oh, honey. You are so welcome here. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you so much, Kel. Like, oh, my heart. I'm proud of you. When my masculine told me last night, he's like, you're too aggressive. And I can't do it. I was like, oh. I was like, but wait, there's a reason why. And it's because psychically, I see a lot more about women than they think I do. And there are people like you, Kel, that maybe aren't ready yet to speak up for themselves against these women, these women who are actually quite gifted. They're very psychic, they're in tune, they can see through the veil too. Doesn't mean they're good fucking people, but it definitely means they know a thing or two about a thing or two. And you know, I get mean. I do. I get aggressive sometimes. I tell women to back the fuck up off me. And men like you that are being harassed and stalked and hurt, and I will, yeah, well, I'll say a thing or two. I just literally kicked off a girl off my live stream just now, about 30 minutes ago, who's been in my life for a minute as a filler friend. As God is my witness, I just blocked the shit out of her. Told her yesterday, don't show up here. I'll make a public service announcement. She did it anyway. Doesn't take boundaries and respect people and respect the boundaries. Don't ever show up here again. I don't owe you an explanation. I have felt the energy you have been sent. Don't ever show up here again. Harboring resentment and bitterness because divine masculines are coming in union. They're coming into union with these women. I'm here for it. I can't wait. I think these people deserve each other. And I'm going to sit here and promote it till I'm blue in the face. I'm going to sit here, Kel, and tell you that men like you deserve women like goddesses. That's what I do. And there are a lot of women, spiritual in nature, who sit on my live streams day in, day out, sending nothing but jealousy your way. Because you're about to find the one. And they are hella fucking jealous that nobody wants them because they don't even want themselves. Not my problem. Not my problem. Not when I sit here day in, day out on my rump, telling them every day, you are a goddess, honey. Don't you realize? You are a goddess. You're beautiful. Talk to yourself. Speak life. Do this and try that and get him like this and hey, not my fucking problem. Sounds like you got an issue. Sounds like you didn't fucking want to listen. Sitting here as a filler friend, backstabbing me the entire time, hella fucking jealous the entire time, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it until I had good shit coming into my life for this woman to be jealous of. Didn't know. How are you gonna know unless you have good shit for people to be jealous of? So I get it. My masculine's like, yeah, see, Jenna, it's that right there. You scare me. Well, I'm sorry that I scare you. I'll tell you what's scarier. A divine feminine and a whole group of divine masculines that don't ever get to know that they are God and that don't ever get to take back their power. They are always victims and they are always being treated like shit and they are really, truly abused. That's scarier. I know I'm angry. I'm an Aries, Sun and Venus. I highly doubt I'm going to stop being angry anytime soon. I wanted him to know. I mean, there's a reason. I don't just get angry for no reason. I don't just tell people fuck you for no reason, you know? He was like, I wish you would just be nice to people even if they're mean to you. And I thought, I've done that my whole life. I was nice to everybody who was a dickbag to me. Aren't I allowed to say no to that? I would rather instead be a mirror to these people and be like, yeah, your shit's evil, bro. You're evil. Like you are evil. You're letting in toxic, distorted femininity in the form of jealousy at a divine feminine who's coming into union. It's your problem, not mine. I'll hold it up and be like, you can get the fuck out of my life. You can get the fuck off my live stream. You ever show up here again, I'll make sure you get 100-fold whatever you send me and these innocent, beautiful souls. Period. And if my divine masculine cannot understand why I do what I do and say what I say, it's okay. I love him anyway. I will always love him. He will always be my favorite person in the entire world. Always. I will love him for eternity. He's the most, just like literal perfection, that man. But I can't be the girl that promises I'll never tell somebody to shut the fuck up. Get off my live stream. Block, delete. Go get your karma times 100, thank you. I can't promise I will never be that girl. I don't know. And as much as I'd like to sit here and say like, oh, it's so divine though, it's righteous anger, there's shadow. There is the shadow as well. There is times where I feel like I will go so dark. I do need somebody pulling me back, and I think that's why I was so grateful for him yesterday. He was just like, he risked a lot to tell me that. Normally people don't have the gonads to tell me, hey, listen, shut up for 5 minutes, have a seat, and just shut up, stop talking. Just stop talking. Normally people don't do that. It made him even sexier in my book. Like, damn, okay, what'd you just say? Did you just tell me no? All right, call me. Call me. Nobody ever tells me that. Shit, I need a divine masculine like that in my life to make me not a cult leader. Thank you. Because what we don't want around here is a fucking cult, an echo chamber, circle jerk hour. We don't want that. We want people to be able to express their opinion and be like, great, I love it. I'm not here for it. I'm here that you have the freedom of speech. That's amazing. But I don't agree with you. Civilized debate is one thing. Sitting in here as a distorted feminine trying to harm masculines who are beautiful and getting rid of people like you, I don't fucking think so. Absolutely not. Don't care if you're my friend, don't care if you're a client, don't care if you're a witch, don't care if you're a Christian, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're leaving my chat and you're leaving my life, and I will never talk to you again. I literally will never talk to this girl ever again in my life. I literally deleted her 30 minutes ago, and I feel so good about it. I told her energetically, telepathically, all day yesterday, you show up on my live stream, I'm gonna make a public service announcement. I'm not gonna name names. Whoever was here and saw it, you saw it. I don't need to do low blows. I just need to get you the fuck out of my life. I would not be able to understand the anger, yeah. Maybe because you're not angry. Yeah. You know, Vet 08, I think you're beautiful. Yeah. I think you're gorgeous. I think you're gorgeous. I think you are literal perfection. I think what makes you so amazing is that maybe you don't have anger. Maybe there's nothing in your life to be angry about. I love that. I love that for you. Oh, my heart. My heart. Every time I see your comments, like my heart I skip a beat. It just stops working. It's like it stops working, and then it's like, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to be feeling. It's supposed to be feeling kindness. You can't understand the anger because maybe you've never been that angry. But I have seen so many women who claim to be my friend. They claim to be my friend. The second something good happens for me, the first thing they say is, or energetically at least, oh, wow, must be nice. I wonder how that'll last. Why you, huh? How come you? Why not me? Why not me? I don't understand. Maybe you just haven't seen women who would go to great lengths to stop you from being happy. Makes me sad. I mean, it doesn't make me sad that you don't have to know this pain. It makes me sad that I feel so alone in having to have this anger. And that it's almost villainized. I feel so demonized in a way. Like there's something wrong with me expressing boundaries and expressing that I'm pissed and that you can get out of my life and don't ever talk to me again. I always feel so sad. I feel so alone. Anyway, thank you for holding space for me. Guys, I really appreciate it. I can't understand that anger. I wish that my divine masculine, if he would have told me that, like, before I met, that would have been great. I'd have been like, oh, so, like, yeah, half of me. Yeah, you can't understand half of me. The shadow that I am. That's the problem. They want us to suppress it. Don't do it. I'm here for you. Thank you. Anger is secondary emotion, not a primary emotion. I've been angry in the past. I choose to show positivity. But a secondary emotion, I would actually beg to differ. I would say that sadness is the secondary emotion of anger. I would say anger is probably the most primal emotion that can exist. Really, I don't know. I choose to show positivity. But that's lying to yourself because you're really angry. An emotion is an emotion, exactly. But you'd be lying to yourself. I can't live with myself anymore lying. I can't. I don't know what capping is. Everybody says that, right? I legit don't know what capping means. I need to learn my... I don't know what this is. What is that called? Whatever. I have chills because I feel like somebody's angry at me right now, and I'm not angry. I'm just expressing myself on my... I instinctively feel like I need to protect myself right now. It's like, look, women like me are mad and angry, yeah, but I think that the problem is so many men don't want to acknowledge, step up to the plate and be like, the reason she's angry is probably because of me. The reason she's angry is probably because I was asleep. But that's just it. You couldn't do anything. You were asleep, Kel. You were asleep, Vet 08. You were asleep, Roger, fixing my... You were... It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault, and there's nothing wrong with someone telling you it wasn't your fault, but it's also technically your doing. Own it. You fell asleep. You couldn't protect your divine feminine, and she was abused, violated for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes because, you know, twin flames, they are, well, you know, hopefully you do. I don't know. We'll see. I hope you guys know what twin flames are. I would love to know that you know, because that's beautiful. Oh, to not have to be the only person in the entire world to know what twin flames are. But yeah, there's anger there. I think to hold space for her and say, like, instead of, I can't understand your anger and I don't want anything to do with it, I think that makes her more angry maybe. I don't know. To instead say something like, wow, that really happened to you? They really assaulted you like that? You were really impoverished like that? You really didn't even have money to, like, pay for gas to get to work like that? Like, a man did that to you? A woman did that to you? Maybe you could ease the anger a little bit. But instead it just feels like judgment. I have PTSD. I don't sleep. Oh, when I said you fell asleep, that's funny. That was funny. When I said, yeah, you don't. Bro capping. He mad. Lying. That's what it means. Thanks, Kel. Okay, yeah. Bro, you capping. You capping, though, homie. You lying. You're mad. You're angry. You're angry that your divine feminine was violated by everyone. Everyone she ever met ever. That's what you're really angry about. That the one you love more than life itself was victimized, bullied, cast down, spit on, rejected, assaulted. That's what you're really mad about. But you may not want to acknowledge that the reason it happened is because your masculinity was stifled. You couldn't protect her. You couldn't protect the feminine within you. Like anytime you went to go cry and you were around a woman who just hated your guts, you were probably told things like, oh my God, shut up. Why do you cry all the time? Like, grow up, be a man. These young fools, they have their own language. Don't cap. Don't fucking cap, okay? Stop capping. Cal ain't a young fool. Well, he's young, but he's not foolish. Stop capping. Bro capping. Stop fighting the love. That's it. Cal's like, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Can we just hug this out? Listen, I do want to tell you, it's almost like I'm getting a message from your divine feminine, Vet 08. She's almost saying something like, maybe if he would hold space and not bitterness towards his feminine nature, maybe there wouldn't have been a breakup. Did she say that? She just said that. I heard it in my head. I heard it. You wouldn't have broken up with her. You're afraid to find out that everything she's experienced is because you were asleep. Because you should have been there. And you weren't. And it's okay. You were other places instead. My dad, he was with her for 40 years or some shit. I don't know. He was with her. I don't know how long, honestly. I was given up for adoption at 2, so at least 32 years, I guess. He was other places. That's okay. It wasn't your fault. It certainly wasn't your fault. There were a lot of things that were manipulating you. And a true divine feminine would not only recognize this and know this, she would never hold that against you, ever. Oh my God. She would literally forgive you the second you ask for it because she's divine. She works with God. She knows God, the unconditional source of unconditional love and forgiveness and mercy and compassion. But her anger scares you. Probably because you're afraid that she could one day turn it on you. She can't. She can't. Not on you, not on your true soul, not on your true essence. She can't turn it on you. She can maybe project it onto you and you can think for about 2 seconds that she means it when she's like, fuck off, and slams the door. But at your true core, she will always know that you were not the reason that she suffered. You're the reason that she's not suffering anymore. But only if you stop being the reason that she's suffering. Because otherwise, if you ever have a problem with her expressing anger, you're stifling her magic. You're stifling passion, creativity, expression. You're emulating the rest of them, everyone else, every other man that was so afraid of her divine femininity. Her real true essence as a feminine wants to be expressive and be like, yeah, fuck you. Slam the phone, hang up on you and be like, yeah, right? Fuck him. And then 2 seconds later wants to come back and be like, I'm sorry. But can you understand why I did that? She wants someone equally strong. She would never blame you. You were asleep. We were all asleep. I understand. Thank you, Cal. I love you so much, Cal. I really do. I really do. My brother from another mother. I love you. Oh, I loved you the second I laid eyes on you and your channel. I love it. I love it. It's just so magical. You're such a magical being. You're such a fairy unicorn. Oh, I love it. I want this to be a safe space for very feminine men that love femininity. You know, Michael the other day asked, how can I honor the feminine? He literally said those words. He wrote, and I shit you not, he wrote this. how do I honor the feminine? Well, there was an entire group of women in here, and he was like, how do I honor the feminine? And I'm thinking to myself, bro, you are literally the only man that paid for a patronage on my Patreon. Like, you're the only man who pays for a subscription to me. Everybody else is women. I'm like, and then you're in here loving me, keeping this chat safe as a divine masculine. I'm like, do you not get it? Like, what? You're already honoring the feminine, though. So was Kel. Okay? The second he chose himself over these distorted feminine energies, he was already choosing his feminine. So I wish that my masculine would take a page out of the Kel playbook. She's not the enemy for being angry, nor for expressing the anger. And if you can't find that attractive, if you can't see that visceral anger, that rage that is channeling through her at any given time when she's defending herself, other innocent people, her beliefs, her freedom of speech, if you cannot understand the righteous anger coming from the dark feminine, I don't think you deserve her. I'm gonna be completely real. You don't deserve her. And I hope she moves on. And I would tell anybody that till I'm blue in the face. I hope she moves on from you. She deserves better. Really. You can't hold space for her? I don't think she should be holding space for you. And there's the truth. That's the truth. I'm her Shiva, she's my Kelly. God damn. God damn. Where'd you go? Who made you? Who is this guy though? That anger can do something to me, if you know what I mean. That's what I'm saying. How is it not righteous? How is it? Jesus himself turned over tables, bro. Got whips out, started calling the Pharisees out. You're false leaders. You are the real reason God's people are suffering. Your rules and regulations. Oh, get to God by doing this, and what 600 fucking laws in the Old Testament. Bro, get out of here with that shit. Jesus himself got angry. Okay, that guy got angry? I'm in good company. I'm fine with it. And if my divine masculine cannot understand my need to defend and protect with my dark femininity, then I don't know what to tell him. I guess this is the end of the road. Deep down, I think there's a fear that he has that every single person he knows is going to judge her. Of course. And then judge him for being with a girl like her. Oh, she's just so brutal though, and she does witchcraft, and she talks about like demons and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, okay. So choose fear then. Choose fear and choose judgment of others instead then. But let her move on and go find someone that can handle all of her. Because if she can handle all of her, then she's better off alone. I can handle all of me. I think there's divinity in what I say. I think that when I get loud and lash out and tell some people to fuck off, I stand by it 100%. 100%. Conviction. Because innocent people like Michael and Kel, softies at heart, just beautiful, angelic men. These gorgeous men who would never hesitate. I mean, Michael said in here for days, he's like, I just keep crying. Every time you speak, I cry. Kel fell asleep. He probably needs a nap. I hope that my words are doing something in healing your soul. If you can't understand the need sometimes to tell people to fuck off, I can't help you there with your girl problem. Because honestly, your girl sounds like a fucking baddie. If she's single, maybe I should date her. Have her call me. Because I'm all man, honey. And I will take care of her. I will let her know that I'm her boss daddy. Okay. I'm my own daddy and I'm my own mama. I'll tell you that. So, if my anger disrupts your peace that much, maybe you don't really have peace. Maybe you have a false sense of peace. I think so many people want peace on earth. They're not willing to risk anything to get it. I don't think you're willing to break a few eggs to have an omelet. And I think it irritates you that much that she is willing to do that. And so maybe you guys aren't compatible. They are. I'm walking and I feel a lot of love. Oh, my words are healing you. Oh, you're walking. Oh, I love it. Kel, I swear. The second I saw your video, I was like, who is this? All I could see was your aura. All I could see was the light around you. That's it. That's all I saw. At first, even I didn't understand the messages, but I'm sure you're still posting the videos. I haven't watched, I have to admit, but man, I didn't care. I didn't care what you were saying. I was just so glued into your aura. I was like, oh God. How? Who made this guy? Because there is no way he's had it easy. You don't get an aura like that without going through a lot of fucking manure. I was like, there is no way that dude has had an easy life. All I want is for divine masculines in everyone, to have a safe space here. In every man, in every woman. I want them to have a safe space. For the first time ever, I want orphans to feel like they have a safe place. I know you didn't have a family, Kel. Oh, you don't have to fucking tell me. I already know you didn't. Vet 08, I don't know your story. You probably didn't. I know I didn't. And I don't care if it's my own twin flame or Santa Claus. If you don't like this message, then I don't know what to tell you. It's on you. The projections, the fear of your own anger. I think what it really is there's going to be so many distorted feminines that come up against you and your twin flame. And I think you're going to have to see deep down that you're not really friends with your exes, or you're not really friends with your neighbor. You're not really friends with your coach or your reader even that you go to, because even they don't want you two together. It's weird. Jealousy is a weird thing. Jealousy is a very weird thing, and I'm gonna protect my heart space right now because I feel a lot of anger coming at me, and it's fine. If my words trigger you, I think you should get triggered, and I think maybe you should get off my live stream. I love you way too much for that. I love you way too much to ever allow you to be angry at me for very long. Again, I do understand the emotion of anger. So I express it and I'm done in 5 minutes. I let it go. I'm like, okay, bye. I will not let a divine masculine sit in that anger and project it at me. The guilt that he would feel in knowing that he did it to an innocent person for no reason at all. I refuse. So I will block you out of my life. And I will send all of it back. All of it back to you. All of it back to you. Because it's your inability to express your own divinity. It's your problem, not mine. Emotions are emotions. And if they're not expressed, they kill us. My anger is justified. It's there for a reason. I wouldn't be expressing it if I didn't fucking feel it. And to be able to sit here and tell you that I have the honor and the privilege to be able to do so, it's because I'm free. I'm free in Christ. When Christ sets somebody free, you are free indeed. And I am free to do whatever I damn well please. And if any masculine does not like that anymore, I'm sorry, tough shit. Go find another girl who will bow down and boost your ego for you. Because it won't be me. Because I wanna free you and liberate your mind. I wanna help you realize that you are God. I wanna worship you as the God you are. You see me as a goddess, I see you as a god. Let's worship each other. That's what I want. I kept hearing all day today, I kept hearing Lilith and Eve. So the story goes that Adam had a first wife and it was not Eve. Eve was a replacement because Lilith in the garden was like, bitch, you don't own me. You're my equal, Adam. You and I were made of the same thing, Adam. Okay? Adam. First Adam. Right? And he did not like that she was this adamant about being without an Adam. So she got kicked out of the garden, and then she got labeled and deemed mother of demons. Naturally. She was villainized, demonized. So the story goes, the fairy tale, the folklore goes that he then, of course, married Eve, who was submissive and wanted he wanted to make a replica. A fucking Barbie is what her name should have been in the Bible. Barbie. That's what it should have been. Build a woman workshop. But it, there was Lilith out there just being the villain, being everybody's villain, because she knew her worth and she knew that she was not about to bow down to a dude that is equal to her. And that's why I read for a lot of women who embody that Lilith energy. They don't bow down to a man. I'm sorry, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? We're made of the same source, bruh. Who are you? Might want to try that again. Try it with somebody else like an Eve, because you sure as shit ain't doing it to a Lilith. So, you got a problem. Cool, handle it. It's your own shit. Handle it, dude. First Adam. When the second Adam, aka the Christ, realizes that he's the Christ, he no longer feels threatened by a powerful woman. Why would he? He would worship that. He would worship and honor the sacred goddess that she is, period. And she would bow down to him. You best believe that. Oh my God. In the same way that I exalted a man when I didn't even know my power, I took him from the lowest paid guy at his job to literally king status. I didn't even know I was transmuting. I didn't even know I was a healer. I didn't know who the fuck I was. And imagine now knowing what I can do for the right guy, for the right man that I know should have that power, should have that divinity, should have that ability to be God of the universe. Please. The shit I could teach that man. I don't even need to teach him. I just need to remind him. I need to remind him that he already knows it. He already knows. He already knows that anger, the root chakra, very much a place of anger. It's a primary emotion. It's carnal in nature. It's rage. It's righteous anger. It's a thing. I think that so many men get really freaked out about expressing emotion, because, especially anger, because how many times when you would go to express anger were women like, oh my God, that's so abusive. Like, I don't want to call the police. Like, oh my God, don't hurt me. Oh, fuck me. That is the most atrocious thing women could ever, I swear to God, every last woman that ever did that, falsely accusing men of abuse. Fuck them. May those women go to the reality that they created for themselves, which in my opinion is hell. May narcissists rot in hell with narcissists. Okay? That's how I feel. So, every man that I know who has ever been falsely accused of abuse, I understand why you guys are so scared of expressing anger. And why a divine feminine in her rage would trigger you. Yeah. It's going to bring up all these fears you have of other people falsely accusing you of shit. But here's what I want to say. And let me just end here because I do have to pee again. Let me just, this last thing. Wouldn't you want to know if like the girlfriend you're with would do something shady to hurt you because you fell in love with your real counterpart? Wouldn't you want to know that your baby mama really would like sue your ass, take you to court and steal your child if you fell in love with somebody who's different than her? Wouldn't you want to know if your boss would cut your hours because you were happy coming in, being in love? Don't you want to know? A lot of you are like, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know they do that. But deep down, you already know they are like that. You already know they would be the first to completely, retaliate. I don't know another word. Retaliate for you being in love. For you being in God. And if the ultimate goal is being in harmony with God, then I think it's time to take out the trash. Listen to the trash guy. He's like, hey, Jenna, let me just add to the ambiance here. I think it's time to take out the trash. These shitified thoughts. Oh, well, I can't be with a girl like her. Because like all my exes, they're going to be like, wow, her, wow, so loud. So loud. Don't make me have to do something stupid. So, I understand completely that my anger frustrates a lot of men. But that's because it's triggering you into realizing that you know soon you're going to have to make a choice. And you're going to see full on, 100%. That the women you chose never chose you. They didn't really want you happy. They wanted you hooked on them. They didn't want you hooked on love. They wanted you hooked on them codependently. They wanted your money. They wanted your body. They wanted what you could give them. They wanted that you looked good on their arm. That's what they wanted. So all of a sudden, if you choose love, if you use divination, or you learn about the occult, you're in here right now talking to a fucking witch, okay? And that triggers your exes, or your mom, or your sister, or anyone. I guess I can say I don't blame you for being upset. I don't blame you for wanting to mute and silence the anger of the dark feminine. I don't blame you. It won't happen. She sure as shit is not about to be silenced for any man. But I get why you would want to. Yeah, I'd be triggered too. Get triggered. It's good for the soul. Eye candy. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. These men were simply eye candy for all of these distorted feminines. I'm telling you. You had money, you had a ton of energy, you'd bend over backwards because you're an empath and you're fucking glorious and you're beautiful and you're sacred and you are God's child. You're perfect. You are perfection, divine masculine. Perfection, literal perfection. And you never wanted to be the bad guy. So when these women would accuse you, oh my God, don't hit me. Or don't do that. Like, don't do, oh my God, me. Oh my Lord. Calling out their bullshit left and right. Like, yeah, wow. So you did cheat on me. Or you gossiped, huh? You gossip about me, your boyfriend. They'd always threaten you with something. Oh, well, it's because he's a better lay. Yeah, like he's just better. I feel so bad for the men of this world. I do. All I want to do, literally, all I want to do day in, day out for literal hours a day, like I have been doing for the last couple weeks, is hold space for every last one of you in here right now with the divine feminine. I want to heal you. I want to show you that not every woman is a bitch like that. If the shoe fits, wear it, honey. If your ex-girlfriend or your sister or your mom would start to become diabolical because you fell in love with whoever you want to fall in love with, honey, I hate to tell you, but you don't have a mother. You don't have a friend. You don't have an ex-girlfriend. You have an enemy. You have a snake in the grass. And I hate to tell you, but I don't hate to tell you. I want to wake you up to that. That was my baby mama mother license plate. Eye candy? Oh, Lord God. I thought it was really funny that I'm talking about baby mama drama all of a sudden. I thought that was quite fitting. I mean, it is true. How many of you are afraid to love someone else because you're scared for your feminine? I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that you love your twin flame that much that you're like, I can't even be with her. Because I know these women would come after her. I know it. That's how beautiful you are, that you want to protect her. But honey, she's already been dealing with evil bitches her whole life. This isn't a first time. It's not her first rodeo. She's been safe this entire time from the same women you've been protected from, huh? I think you need to start giving it up to God at this point. I think you need to trust a higher source is going to protect her in the same way that she has been protected all this time, your divine feminine. I think you need to start trusting the process. If you want to choose fear, because like my ex, she'll take me to court, I bet, or she'll do something stupid and shady, and she'll spill all the beans, and she'll do this, and she'll take my kid, and she'll do that. If you want to choose that fear, go right ahead. But your divine feminine would be showing you ways to remember, hello, you're the operant power. You are God, and you're creating that shit reality. You could easily change it to where baby mama drama doesn't exist. Your child's mother wants you to be happy in some reality. You can get there if you want. You have to know the tricks of the trade. You have to know the secrets here. You have to know the secrets. And women like me aren't about to show you the secrets until you show that you're wanting commitment. Sorry. Divine feminines who know shit have given their power over to men who took advantage of that and created entire fucking worlds of darkness using sacred occult knowledge and wisdom. I'll be damned, quite literally, if I ever give this sacred serpent knowledge and wisdom ever again to a man with a self-deluded fucking ego and a stick up his ass. I will be damned. I'd rather be homeless. I'd rather be impoverished. I'd rather talk to myself in a fruit fly for the next 50 years. I'm done giving my knowledge to men that don't deserve it. Period. I would instead rather give my energy to people like Spirit Baby Kel, who proves that he deserves it, because he's out there doing shit to prove that his ego is minuscule. He doesn't have one. He doesn't even have one anymore. That dude is his higher fucking self. That dude is Jesus. So, I'm going to give my gifts, my abilities, my psychic awareness, my bad bitch energy. I'm going to be giving it to people who well deserve it. And again, I don't care if you're twin flame or Santa Claus. If you don't deserve it, you don't deserve it. I am not about to install another dictator, another king, by giving my energy, my sacred divinity, the way that I can transmute men's dark energy. Praying for you, protecting you, doing Reiki, sending you love, receiving you in a whole bunch of ways. I am not about to go give that to a dude with an ego the size of Texas ever again and help him create a world of destruction and chaos and hurt innocent souls. Never again, never again. If I wanted that, I'd have already been with the millionaire that propositioned himself with me about 6 weeks ago, already very wealthy and already made a pass at me. I would have probably taken that offer. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. Never been here for that, never will be here for that. And I can prove it with a divorce decree from 2019. I'm not here for money. Fuck your money. I don't care. I'm here to make you better. And you better be here to make you better, or you can get the fuck out of my live stream. And out of my life, out of my DMs, out of my bed, out of my head, out of my everything. So I'm gonna leave it there. I have to pee. That righteous anger is totally right by me. And if you don't like it, there's the door. I love you. Bye, Cal. Have a good one. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.